who have participated in the Obama initiative and done extremely well. We are very proud of you, and we hope that you will continue in a program when you leave Lincoln Bassett to our 8th graders. To the 7th graders, you will continue next year in the program, and there will be bigger and wider expansion on the many different things that you do and the opportunities that you will have. Mr. FICKLIN and Attorney Graves and all the other gentlemen who have assisted you throughout the year, I think they deserve a big round of applause at this time. For your listening pleasure, we have brought in the string ensemble, and we're going to turn it over to Mrs. Russell, Mr. Russell, and our visiting artists for today. So Mrs. Russell, please.
And me. We're going to play 2 songs for you. The first one's Twinkle Twinkle, and the second one's Frere and Jaka. And then after that, our visiting artist from Yale and I are going to play a duet. So, without further ado,
and he's a violinist friend of mine, and we are going to play a little 4-minute-ish piece for you by the composer named Bach, which you've heard of. And this is the double violin concerto in D minor.
Thank you.
It's okay to like, the Mets, the Mets baseball team, you heard of them? They made that stuff. He's a baseball player, but his parents have such high ideals about such respect for the work of a classical composer, Bach. They named their son. They became a major league ball player, making $22 million a year. How about that? But in any event, the point is, thank you so much again for being here, and we remain for the great work that you do. So let's get a rock. Remember that word. Everybody stand up. All young men, all right. This is how we start moving the program, ladies. Mountain. Move out of my way. Mountain of guns. Move out of my way. Mountain of drugs. Move out of my way. Mountain of ignorance. Move out of my way. Mountain of violence. Move out of my way. Because I am somebody. And I can be, and I will be, anything I want to be. Doctor, lawyer, engineer, CEO, entrepreneur, educator, principal, president, anything I want to be. If my mind can't conceive it, and my heart can't believe it, then I know I can achieve it. For I am an Obama scholar, and I strive to be outstanding, brilliant. I will achieve, be motivated with a positive attitude, Mountain, move out of my way. Give me some hands. Thank all of you young men for being part. Give yourselves a hand for being part of it. The administrators here at Lincoln BASSETT tried to plant a seed, or at least maybe flower the seed, nurture the seed that's already been planted perhaps by Ms. Gaddison and her staff and teachers here. To encourage you young men to appreciate the importance of education, the importance of studying and achieving. That if you want to be a doctor, or lawyer, or CEO, or CSI investigator, or an artist, or whatever it is we talk about these last several weeks, about your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, it doesn't start tomorrow. It doesn't start when you get the Hill House, or Cross, or Career, or Metropolitan. It starts right now, this very moment. Even this summer, as the summer approaches, this is the first day of summer. As the summer vacation starts, you want to relax and have fun. That's what summer's about, yes. But when you have access to those computers, and I'm sure all of you on some type of computer, dig in and research those things you want to be. You want to be a doctor? Then put in Google doctors and see what doctors there are out there you can aspire to be like, and what it takes to be a doctor, or a lawyer, or a journalist, or an engineer, or an architect. Study that and understand as you prepare over the summer for next year, as you go into 7th, 8th grade, or going to 9th grade, what is it that I have to do now? What is it I have to do right now? Starting right now to start achieving that goal. That's what we tried to do these last few weeks. Plant that seed and then nurture that seed and encourage you to be the best that you can be. Listen, over the weekend, another young man just got shot right down here on Winchester Avenue, right 2 blocks away. A young man whose father is a firefighter, a lieutenant on the firefighting force here in New Haven. His mother is a technician. So the point is that it doesn't matter what kind of family background you come from. No one is immune from the violence and the craziness out here in these streets. So our job, our task, our challenge, your challenge is to do the best you can, to try to live right and do right, and try to stay out of the way of the challenges that are out there and the temptations that are out there, so you won't be a victim. That's what we don't want you to be a victim. We want you to be a success and a success story. So again, as we said earlier in the semester, so Ms. Gaddison can come and sit in the audience at Yale when you walk across that podium down the street, or Southern, or Quinnipiac, or she has to go down and get on the plane and fly down to Atlanta to see you across the stage at Morehouse or Hampton, Virginia, or to see you get that degree in engineering and architecture and law. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see you achieve. So as we wrap this thing, we're going to do a couple things today differently. We have something for you, but I'm going to have Ms. Gaddison again say some closing remarks. I'm also going to have Mr. FICKLIN, my partner, say a few words, and Ms. Case when she comes back, and also Mr. Willie Green. Mr. Green, you may remember, he was our first speaker when we started this program a few months ago. And again, he's a long-time activist, concerned citizen in this community, grew up in this neighborhood, in this area. He told you a few weeks ago. And then you refresh your memory about the story he told, about his partner. Remember he told you a story about the guys he grew up with, who wanted to go one way, and in terms of life of crime, and he opted not to. and how he's the only one I think that's still living or still alive, that was probably some of them are dead, some in jail, and they're not living productive lives. And here he is, a productive citizen, you know, and he's a little bit over 25, but still around, still alive to tell the story. And that's the thing, he wants you to be like him. He wants you to be able to come back to Lincoln Bassett 25, 30 years from now and tell that story, right? And then to be a role model success story for those young people that will come behind us. So with that, so first we have Ms. Gaddison come up, our principal. Give Ms. Gaddison another hand.
Thank you very much, and I applaud you, and will continue to do. And as I said earlier, you've had this opportunity to grow in so many different ways. It's not every young man who has this opportunity of having positive role models to come before them. These gentlemen did not have to do this. They did it because they care. And they care about young men growing up to be very productive men in our society. And that's what we want for all of you. Whether you are an entrepreneur or you decide to go into television or communications, becoming a doctor, a lawyer, or whatever you want. It's up to you when you're given these golden opportunities to make the most of it, to maximize upon the opportunity. Now, I also want to say to you that I was very proud of you over the weekend. You know, sometimes they think that educators go home and we forget about you children. We don't forget about you because you stay with us 24 hours a day. I was out in a social event and someone said, I heard about the Obama initiative at your school. I am so impressed by what I've heard, and I'd like to come over and have that opportunity to see it. And I broke out in a big smile because I said, they're talking about my boys. And it's a good thing. It's a positive thing. They were so happy. Then they said, what can we do to help? I said, I'll get back to you in September because we're shutting down for now, so we'll be talking because they meant some finances. And finances always help. So boys, you are making history and you don't even know. You're making it in so many ways. And we're asking you, don't let us down. Don't let us down. Go on to high school. Do good. Finish middle school with us and do well. And you can. There's an old saying, if you believe it, you can achieve it. But you must have it from within. And no one can take it away from you unless you let them. So no one lets someone rob them of a golden opportunity. And I like my little saying, you probably heard me say it before. I know Mr. Graves has heard it. You only have a minute, just 60 seconds in it. You didn't choose it and you can't refuse it. It's up to you to use it. Give account if you abuse it. Oh, it's just a minute, 60 seconds in it. But your whole life is wrapped up in it. Make good choices, do good things, because in just 1 minute, everything can change in your life. So thank you all. I appreciate all that you've done for the boys and for our school. Because when you work with the boys, you work with their families. You work with the community. So I thank you for all that you do, because it's because of good people like you that it will make a difference. And that's what we're put on here on this earth to do, to make a difference. We made it. Now let's help each one lift one. Okay?